My best friend confessed she slept with my husband and got pregnant. I never thought my life would turn into something you'd read on Reddit, but here I am. My name's Emily, I'm 34, and I've been married to my husband Daniel for 6 years. We've had ups and downs, like every couple, but I thought we were solid. Loyal. Safe. That illusion shattered the night my best friend confessed something I can never unhear. My best friend, Claire, has been in my life since college. We've been through everything together, breakups, career struggles, even moving into our first apartments. She was the maid of honor at my wedding, the godmother of my little son. I trusted her more than anyone. She was family. A few weeks ago, Claire called me out of nowhere. She sounded nervous, almost panicked, asking if she could come over. I thought maybe she was dealing with some crisis, so of course I said yes. When she arrived, she looked pale, her hands shaking. I sat her down, made her tea, and asked what was wrong. And that's when she dropped the bomb. Claire told me she had been sleeping with Daniel, my husband, for months. I froze. At first, I honestly thought it was some sick joke. But then she whispered, "Emily, I'm pregnant. And it's his." I felt like the floor disappeared beneath me. My chest was tight, my ears ringing. I couldn't breathe. I asked her to repeat it, praying I had misunderstood. But she just started crying, saying she never meant for it to happen, that it was a mistake, but now there was a baby involved. I couldn't process it. This was my best friend. The woman who stood beside me on the happiest day of my life. And she was telling me she had betrayed me in the worst possible way. I demanded to know if Daniel knew. She nodded. Apparently, he'd been pressuring her to keep it quiet, hoping she'd deal with it on her own. But her conscience couldn't take it anymore. When Daniel came home that night, I confronted him. I don't think I'll ever forget the look on his face when I said the words out loud. "Did you sleep with Claire?" He didn't deny it. He didn't even try. He just put his head in his hands and whispered, "I'm sorry." Sorry? That's all he had? I wanted to scream, to throw things, to tear my house apart. But instead, I stood there in silence, shaking, while he admitted everything. He told me it started one night after they'd both had too much to drink, and it spiraled from there. He swore he didn't love her, that it meant nothing. But how could something mean nothing when it resulted in a child? For the next week, I lived in a fog. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. Every time I looked at my son, I thought about how one day he might have a half-sibling born out of betrayal. My stomach turned every time I saw Claire's name on my phone. Eventually, I blocked her. Claire, however, didn't stop. She kept sending letters, begging me to forgive her. She even showed up at my house once, saying she wanted our kids to grow up together, that we could work through this as a family. I laughed in her face. Family? She destroyed my family. I've spoken to a lawyer. Divorce papers are in motion. I won't raise my son in a home where betrayal is swept under the rug. As for Claire, I don't know what she expected. That I'd stand by her side during her pregnancy? That I'd throw her a baby shower? No. She made her choice. And Daniel made his. And I'm making mine. But late at night, when I'm lying in bed staring at the ceiling, one thought keeps circling in my head. If Claire hadn't told me, would Daniel have ever confessed? Or would they have kept this secret forever, smiling to my face while raising a child born from lies? I'll never know. What I do know is that I lost two of the closest people in my life at once. And while the pain is unbearable, I'd rather face the truth than live in a beautiful lie.